And something else I want to show you guys while we're at this client's home is what the holes look like 2 years later. Something you hear me talk about all the time, you see it on my website in the videos, is a lot of micro mesh gutter guards. The way they're designed, the micro mesh itself is designed, it's woven too tight. Filter, you know, the microns that it filters, what have you, however you want to measure that. It's just too tight, too fine of a mesh screen. And what happens is it clogs itself over time. In fact, Gutterglove actually ran into that issue when they first started their company way back in the early 2000s. Their original mesh was woven too tight, and you know, they learned like, oh, their guard was growing algae and mold on it, clogging itself and no longer allowing rainwater through. So then they went back to the drawing board, kind of figured out, hey, what is the perfect mesh that's going to filter out small debris but not clog itself? Pretty much what they came up with is 30 holes per square inch. That's what their regular mesh is. Then if you do have some really big, a really big roof, or some valley areas where you get really heavy high flow water, then they actually have a 14 mesh, which is 14 holes per square inch, and then that just pretty much allows the most, that's a monsoon, can filter through that, no problem. So they actually do have two options. But yeah, I just want to show you what this looks like I said, 2 years later, because it only takes about 2 years. Leaf filter or master shield, these other micro meshes on the market, before they're literally almost black. If you were to, you know, pull a ladder out and climb up onto your roof and look at your leaf filter guards 2 years into it, they're almost going to be black from growing algae and mold, and they're no longer filtering water. They're pretty much useless, and that's a really big issue with leaf filter, other than it being plastic and coming apart from the environment and the elements. We'll get into that in other videos. But yeah, like I said, without further ado, let me just show you what these holes look like. Even where, you know, I kind of came to an area where there is some debris sticking, so we're going to be able to brush that away and show you what the holes look like, and show you, like, you know, this is actually a mesh design that does not clog itself over time. So yep, just want to show you that. Alrighty, so first things first, I'm just going to zoom in on an area and just kind of show you that is what the hole looks like. I don't know if maybe that's showing you that or not. Hopefully it is. And I'm sure debris has landed here and blown away and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I come today and they're pretty much scot-free. But here is a little tiny area where we got some oak tassel, some debris kind of sticking. And yeah, I mean, first things first, this brush, by the way, is gnarly. This is the brush that you get for free when you get any kind of Gutterglove product installed on your home. They mail this to you for free. Like these bristles, I'm going to try to show you. I mean, they're pretty gnarly bristles. Like, they really do some scrubbing and some cleaning. Whatever is sticking or stuck on your guards, this gonna get it off. Yeah, I just want to show you. So that's a pass by the brush. And we zoom back into these holes, you can see they're completely empty. You know, they're not clogging themselves. They're still filtering water just fine. So just wanted to show you that. Like I said, 2 years into this, maybe another zoom in just in case my finger was blocking that. Just fine. Like I said, they look brand new, almost like the day they were installed. So once again, I am gonna take this brush, put it on the pole. The pole does come free as well. I supply you with the pole. Gutter Brush mails you the brush for free. So I'm just gonna get on the ground quick and show you what that looks like if you were to brush them from the ground. Like I said, there's really no areas where there's any debris to brush away, but we're just gonna kind of show you what it looks like in general anyway. That way you kind of get an idea. All right, so hang in there, and I'm gonna get the pole, I'm gonna get on the ground, and we're gonna get a little video of that. Alrighty. Hey, I actually happen to have a piece of the old Gutterglove design in my truck, because I actually just uninstalled it off of a client's home who took 8 years, but 8 years later, it seemed like he was starting to have some overflow issues. He got up there and he saw all kinds of black stuff growing on his guards, some algae growing on his guards, and he was like, "Whoa, what is this?" Called up Gutterglove. Gutterglove was like, "Hey, that's our bad. You know, you got our first product, our first design product. We've since learned that, you know, it did have some issues." They actually backed up their warranty and sent me out there to replace it with the new real deal. But yeah, I just want to kind of give you guys a comparison quick of what this is their new regular mesh. This is what their old mesh looked like, and we're going to try to get just a little close up to the difference in hole size here. I don't know if maybe you guys can see that difference there. This is their original one. This is a lot finer of a mesh. You can kind of maybe see that. I don't know if we can get a little kind of like a side by side of the two. I don't know if that's really showing you how big of a difference it really is. I just wanted to show you this. I believe maybe this is 90 holes per square inch, where this is 30. Master Shield is woven tighter than this, and Leaf Filter is woven even tighter than Master Shield. So that's just to kind of give you guys an idea. I mean, this here it took a bunch of years, but this started to have issues with mold and algae. And I do have a piece of that, which I will be able to show you guys what that looks like in a different video or something. So yeah, you can imagine, I mean, if that's having issues, you know, years later, and Master Shield and Leaf Filter are woven even tighter than that, you know, what kind of issues you're gonna run into with that. And then while we're talking about mesh designs, you know, so here we have the regular mesh, the 30 holes per square inch. This is just for your standard roof, standard areas. It's out on a lot of applications, but if you do have a really big roof, a lot of volume of rain coming down your roof, or you have valleys where you get, you know, literally like a little river running down your roof trying to get into a gutter guard, they do make this here. This is 14 holes per square inch. And you can just kind of see the difference there. A lot larger orifices there. Still gonna filter out a lot of fine debris, pine needles. Still are gonna really struggle to kind of make their way in here. Oak tassels aren't gonna be an issue, maples, anything like that. A lot of those small debris isn't really gonna be a worry to you. This does let a little bit of shingle grit past it. Again, that's not really too much of an issue. That's not really gonna go and clog your downspout. Any kind of thing that can make it through that little hole is not going to be worrisome as far as clogging your downspout. That's almost dust, just going to wash right away. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that while we're talking about mesh designs, hole sizes, things like that. This is the regular. No, it does not clog itself. They've kind of worked past that, figured out, you know, what the perfect mesh is. And then this is for the heavier water flow areas. All right, and then once again, just got to bring you back to the original mesh, which you can see there. Which was a little bit too fine and will clog itself with algae and mold. Alrighty, so just wanted to show you guys that while we were, you know, discussing these things. So.